Back, man. How's it feel to just be back here?
Feels great, you know. It's been a while, and I was ready to get going, and then obviously got injured. Had to go through surgery, and we've been ready for a while after that. So I'm happy to be here, you know.
Was it an issue of you just couldn't get a fight, or were there other things keeping you out as well?
Yeah, before I got injured, there was some problems getting fights, and you know, talking about this opponent and that opponent, and nothing kind of happened. And then I finally got matched up with Neil, and 4 weeks before I had to bust my knee, and you know, so that was kind of unfortunate. And then it took a little time to get an opponent now, but much quicker, you know, and here we are.
How's the knee now?
Perfect.
Everything's 100%.
Yeah.
Who have been some of your main training partners for this camp?
Luka Shelsik has been, he moved to Iceland actually, so he's been one of my main training partners for a long time. Every time I go to Dublin, I do a lot of sparring with him. Then Matt Miller came over. We've had a few guys. Daniele from Italy, he's been training with us now, and all the Vikings, you know. So it's been a great camp.
Gunnar, you've been a smaller size, fluid, kind of relaxed martial artist. A lot of guys are kind of winning with that approach now. You're starting to see that make more sense.
Yeah.
How have you changed in the last year? Are you more fluid, more flowy, or have you changed your approach?
I mean, I suppose your approach is always developing. I wouldn't say change, but I would say definitely my approach develops towards my fights. You learn after every fight. You know, you pick up some little. For me, it's a lot about strategies at this point. You know, you tweak little techniques and stuff that you have to get better at, of course, and there's always a lot of room for improvement when it comes to technical aspects. But I find once you get, you know, I've been in this game now for a while, it becomes more tactical.
And you started with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and grappling. Is it all blended into one now? You don't think in terms of punching and kicking or grappling as different arenas now. It's all just fighting. Right?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's become one soup at this point. You know, when I started, it was a lot about, you know, it's grappling and striking and wrestling, but after a while, like first the wrestling and grappling becomes one. That's how it was with me. It just all became grappling, and then once you've been doing this for a while, and I guess as well the way you train, the way we trained for this camp was everything was pretty much mixed together the whole time. So yeah, it just, you don't think about things separately. It's all the same.
Gunnar, you said that you didn't play a part in the Conor camp for the Khabib fight. Was it strange or difficult for you to watch the fight play out because you know that you didn't help for that camp?
Yeah, it was very unfortunate. Obviously, I couldn't join the camp because of my knee, so I could have maybe done some right at the end, but he had everything planned out, and he had his guys there, and yeah, but it was a little bit difficult to see, and I think for the next one, and I believe there will be another one at some point, I'll be there for his camp for sure.
And from what you saw, and you know, as well as you know Conor, can you see where the tweaks and the changes can be made for him to perform better against Khabib next time? Yeah,
definitely. I'm sure he can as well. And John, obviously our coach. So
the answer to Khabib has to be games of sort of non-resistance, right? Like not fighting back the resistance and flowing around it.
Yeah. I think there was a bit too much chase in this fight. I'm not going to go into details on how Conor will beat Khabib and all that.
But if you were to face Khabib, much less resistance against resistance.
Yeah, well, I'm a different fighter than Conor as well, so my strategy would be a little bit probably different than his, but yeah, you don't wanna sit in his world, you know. And guys tend to do that a little bit. We saw Alex Oliveira. He did actually pretty well, I thought. You know, he was able to tweak his strategy a little bit, and he did well. But guys seem to get caught into his world, and that's his world. You know?
Have you talked to Conor since his fight much? Since his last fight?
Yeah, we always speak. Yeah.
And Brad Katona's on this card. Do you work with him at all, or have ever worked with him at SBG?
I have not. I don't remember if I've never trained with him.
Okay, but you've seen him here or no?
I haven't seen him yet. No.
Okay.
You're fighting Alex Oliveira, who really has quietly become this very ferocious contender in this division.
Yeah.
When you watch him, like, what do you see? How would you assess him as a fighter?
Yeah, I always enjoyed watching him fight. He's an exciting guy. He's pretty wild, you know, and he seems like he does his own thing, you know. He's got his own ways, and he's a cowboy, you know. So I enjoy watching him fight, and I think he's a good fighter.
Yeah, I mean, you've been out for a long time, but you're still right there in that mix. You're in the top 15. So is he? Do you feel like where do you feel like this fight would put you if you're successful on Saturday?
Yeah, I don't know exactly in the rankings how that all works. It seems to be, you know, sometimes you shoot up, sometimes you don't, and you know, it is what it is. I'm just going in there. I'm gonna win this fight. You know, that's my attitude, and I was very happy to get Alex Oliveira because he's, like you said, a ranked fighter. And to be honest, I would have accepted anyone at this point. It's been such a long time, but yeah, hopefully it will shoot me right up there.
In your mind, is it you want to be incredibly busy in 2019, having sat out?
Yeah. Ideally, I'd like to you know, stay pretty busy this next year, and there's been some time I've kind of lost out a little bit. So,
a guy like Alex, if you weren't fighting, but you're just looking at him for a friend or a training partner, what's the big picture answer? Like, take away his room to move, or what's the big picture answer for a guy like this?
How to beat him?
Yeah, how to beat him.
So, like, what's my game plan?
Yeah. Everyone, yes. What is your game plan?
Sneaky. Yeah, you know, he's a wild opponent. He likes to come in and throw his shots. You know, chases a little bit. You know, reaches and stuff like that. So, capitalizing on these kind of moments, and I mean, I'm guessing you all saw how Cowboy versus Cowboy went. That's one way, you know.
Gunnar, what's your thoughts on the 165-pound division?
I would be very excited for that. 165?
Do you feel like that's your perfect place?
Yeah, I would go down there, and I think I would meet some interesting people down there. Well, that would be pretty exciting, and I guess would leave some of the not welterweights in welterweight if they still want to stay. You know, some of the bigger ones that keep missing weight, and you know.
When you see those huge welterweights, even Stephen Thompson and guys like that, and you look at them, they look like much larger men.
Yeah, I'm not. Does Stephen doesn't cut that much?
He's a pretty big guy,
yeah.
frame-wise.
Yeah. Some of them are massive. You know, I fought a couple that were really big. I remember Brandon Thatch.
Oh, yeah.
He was, huh?
Yeah.
Thatch. Yeah, he was pretty big. What was your man's name? Zach Cummings as well. He was a big guy. I think he was like 92 kilos.
When you look across there, and that's a guy who's almost 200 pounds at welterweight on fight night, how do you process that? You look and they're huge. You just mentally prepare for that?
Yeah, it's, I'm used to training with people heavier than me. It's always, like, I've always trained with a lot of people heavier than me in my camps and stuff like that, and my style, you know, it works well with that. Of course, ideally, we do try to fight somebody our own size. That's why there's weight categories, and it would be pretty sweet in a world where the guys would actually just walk into the fight the same weight, and instead of like 2 90-kilo guys cutting down to 77, to put it all back on and then show up the next day, both 90 kilos, but just a little bit tired.
Gunnar, the other day on your Instagram, I saw a picture of yourself on a tractor. It looked like you're out in the middle of nowhere. Where was that? What was the story behind that? It was this on your Instagram.
Oh, just here in Canada, just the other day.
I think that this looked like it was in Canada. So where?
I was on a quad bike, right?
You're on a, oh sorry, not a tractor, ATV. I think an ATV, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. This was at my friend's farm, Matt Miller's farm. He's from here. He's been training with us for like 2 years. We went to his dad's farm and took the quad out and just messing around, going to the woods, have some fun. Day off. It's nice.
Really quickly, I know a lot of you guys at this point are talking about that 165-pound division. Do you feel like it's inevitable at this point because so many guys want it?
Yeah, I think so. It's well, I guess there's like, it makes sense because there is a big gap there, and when the weight is still that low, the gap is so big percentage of the weight. So like, I think it makes sense, and it's in unified rules now, right? Yeah. I think it will happen definitely. As well as these categories are the biggest, like welterweight, I guess, and light, and that kind of. This is the most common weight.
Yeah. So like,
it makes sense.
I know you didn't train in Ireland for this one, but will John Kavanagh still be in your corner inside it?
Yeah. He's always in my corner, and even though I'm not in Dublin, we're constantly in touch, and I'll be sending him like videos and stuff of training, and yeah, he'll be here. He's here today, I think.
Cool. Thank you.
Cheers, guys. Thank you very much.